when you're nothing to give. Living in a van down by the rivers where I live. Where I live.
Okay, we're gassed up. We're about to hit the road. Now, you notice I didn't take a whole lot of gas. I'm just topping off. Yep, that's pretty much anytime I need to get out of Houston. This is after the morning rush hour. Got some weather rolling in from up north. But we are on our way. Let's just hope I can get through downtown without being stuck in an absolute parking lot. Okay, we're over an hour north of the house. We've passed Bush Intercontinental Airport and we're still in the urban glut. We're starting to see some trees. Things are problem with having a 102 and drive-throughs. I could have put it on the passenger side, but they don't make the van fender adapters for the passenger side. And that would make it a lot worse with trees. But we've got the gut fueled up. We're well away from home, so we're fueling the person up and continuing on our journey. Well, this is a first. Went through the drive-thru. They sent me to wait for a drink. I guess they're having to change the soda fountain. Okay, we are getting out of the coastal flats. We're hitting some hills. Not big ones. Nothing like what I'm gonna run into, well, later today, or if not today, definitely tomorrow, as I get into New Mexico and Utah. Trying to see, I know there's the Sam Houston Monument up here somewhere. I just don't know where. I'll try to come back and catch images of that as we come up on it. Huntsville State Park right up there. We should be close to the monument. Huntsville, next 7 exits. Sam Houston Statue Visitor Center, next right. We're coming right up on, oh, there he is. See the distinguished gentleman standing in the trees with the swagger stick, cane, whatever, swagger stick. That is the Sam Houston Monument on I-45, just in Huntsville, Texas, and that AutoZone truck is going to be in my way. When I get to stopping, we're going to have a discussion about that monument and some fond memories I have. You can see that off in the distance. We've got rolling hills coming up here. I've been in the coastal flats so long, that sight literally brings a tear to my eye. I miss bumpy country. Okay, well, we are literally in the middle of nowhere. I've been driving for at least an hour, and all I've really seen for the last hour is trees, ranches, more trees. I'm well out of the... So I'm 35 miles south of I-20, up by Waxahachie, Texas, and I just passed, I wish I would have gotten a picture of it, but I just passed a hurricane evacuation route sign. So that looks like rows and rows and rows and rows and rows and rows and rows of corn and windmills. Those are, wind turbine power generators. Well, multiple purpose for the land, I guess.
I know I haven't hit Amarillo yet. I'm at a fuel stop because, well, I needed fuel and I didn't think I was going to make it to Amarillo. I think I'm in Vernon, Texas. Anyway, the truck stop has something called a Huddle Inn diner, and they got diner food, so I got me chicken fried steak, a salad and some mac and cheese. Not the healthiest food in the world, but I gotta fill the hole. I haven't really eaten enough today.
Well, okay, so that's a problem. I got no power. It just cut out. Stuck on the side of the road waiting for AAA. Not exactly the accommodations I was hoping for. Let me tell you. So last night, I'm clicking along, keeping up with traffic, minding my own business. Van's running like a well-oiled sewing machine, and then all of a sudden, nothing. It was like somebody turned the key and just turned it off. No warning lights, no nothing like that. Just it wouldn't run, wouldn't start, nothing. Had AAA tow me into a AAA authorized repair center. Van's older than 10 years old. They don't want to touch it. I'm running into that a lot more lately. When I worked as a mechanic, there was no turning jobs away because we couldn't, we were afraid it was too old. I understand parts for older vehicles are getting harder to find. That's something that really should be looked into. But, the car fleet is getting older. We need mechanics to work on. So, I found a shop that'll work on it. I'm a long ways away from home, but I found a shop that'll work on it and will take care of it. But they won't be able to touch it until Tuesday, and it's Friday. So, I get to try the best I can to, enjoy Wichita Falls, Texas. I don't really know anything about this city, other than it's a small-ish city, 100-some-odd thousand people. I think I was told 170. I'll look that up and I'll post that in the notes here. But I am at the Super 8 by Wyndham. Do not recommend this place. It's cheap, but it's cheap for a reason. Spotless it is not. Filthy it is not. Okay, it could be a lot better. It definitely could use a remodel. This place looks like the stereotypical, they threw millions of these places up in the 70s and 80s, motels along the sides of the highway, and I don't think it's really received any serious renovation since then. Just some paint, some different linens, different counter in the bathroom, but that's about it. Some really lousy vinyl flooring. That's about it. Something for people to consider if they're looking at getting into van life is, what's it going to cost? Now, my van is 32 years old. It's in good condition mechanically for its age. I'm finding electrical gremlins here and there, and I suspect I'm having an electrical problem right now. I'm actually stuck in Wichita Falls, Texas. Nice little town. Okay, little town sounds worse than it is. It's a city. I'm coming from Houston Metro, so it's a little town according to me, but it's a city. It's a decent sized city. The problem that you're going to have, even with the vehicle fleet aging, more people are keeping older cars on the road longer. There's a lot of mechanics that refuse to work on vehicles 10 years old or older. I broke down on the highway. AAA came and picked me up, took me to a repair shop, and they just turned their nose up at it. I had to ask around, find a repair shop that would handle an older vehicle, and had to have it towed over there. Thing was driving along, humming along like a well-oiled sewing machine, and then bam, just quit working. Nothing went bam exactly, it was like someone turned the key off. Which is why I suspect it's probably something electrical and not like fuel delivery or anything. There was no sputtering, no stuttering.
It was just like a switch got flipped. Which could be very bad, because if it's something like an ECU, I'm going to have a heck of a time finding one of those. But that's okay. For now, I'm stuck in Wichita Falls. Nice little town, but I'm in a not so nice hotel. I'll give you guys a tour of it in a little bit. I am at the Super 8 by Wyndham, and I didn't look at the reviews. I saw the name Wyndham, and I trusted Wyndham's reputation for providing quality lodging. Mistake. That was a mistake. This is not the worst hotel room I've ever rented. It's far from the best. It's not even in the middle. This is towards the bottom. The facility is run down. There's a lot of repairs that need to be made. This thing looks like it was put up in 1982, and maybe one paint job was applied to it, newer TV, a couple of gizmos here and there, some newer linens, and that's about it. Cleaning in here is not great. I don't think they use bleach when they launder the bedding or the towels, because these things aren't exactly white. It's just basic stuff for hotels. I don't feel too icky about being here, but I don't feel great about being here either. I've already arranged, because I'm going to be stuck here. The van broke down towards the end of the week. The shop that I had taken to can't even look at it until Tuesday. So I've got a hotel booked until Wednesday, just in case he can get me processed through and get me back on the road Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. That's fine. If he can't, I can extend that reservation. But I'm changing hotels. I'm going to be going to the Econo Lodge downtown. And the reason I'm doing that is twofold. One, I looked at the reviews. The Econo Lodge isn't perfect. No hotel is, okay? Somebody's going to find something to complain about. There's going to be, bugs are going to get into hotel rooms, particularly motels, because they have outside access. So you're going to have some bugs here and there. As long as it's not overrun with them, I don't care. I'll burn a citronella candle and drive them out. I don't care. And the Econo Lodge is in downtown Wichita Falls. If I'm going to be stuck here, I'm going to be stuck here, and I'm going to try to do something interesting. I'm going to try to take a look around. So that's what we're going to do. Bear with me. I'm stuck in this particular hotel out in the outskirts, and nothing till tomorrow. And then I check out. My Uber picks me up and takes me over to the new hotel. Check-in time is probably going to be about 4 hours later. I'm going to see if they can hold my bags. It's going to be, I probably need to check with them on early check-in. So, okay. Well, that's what I need to do. So that went a whole lot better than I expected. I was informed that they probably wouldn't have an opportunity to even look at my van until Tuesday. Well, it's still Friday, and the owner of the shop is coming to pick me up. He says it's done. The issues were fairly minor, easy to take care of, just bang them out and get them gone. So happy to hear that. I will report back. And if everything goes well, I'll even let you know who the repair shop was. The owner seems relatively upfront and honest about things, so we'll see how it goes. I do want to know what he found. We'll see how this goes. They have these places near me, kind of, not super close to me, so I don't go to them often.
But I need to grab a breakfast and go. Particularly, I need coffee. And, well, the next available place to get something to eat is like 80 miles away from here if I go the direction I need to go. So there's a Carl's Jr. right here. I'm going to see what they have for breakfast. Pray they have something palatable enough for coffee and get it done. So, all right, let's go see. So we got some kind of breakfast biscuit that's got all the stuff on it. Hash browns and a large coffee. I don't know Carl's Jr. from a hole in the ground. Well, at least not anymore. They used to be all over the place when I lived in Arizona, but the closest one to me is like 6 or 7 miles away. I just never frequent it. Okay, so apparently this is a monster biscuit. Probably going to regret this because it's got things I should not be eating. I just asked for whatever, because I'm not familiar with their breakfast menu. I just asked for their most fulfilling breakfast sandwich. Probably I should have gotten a burger, but that's okay. It's got egg. The egg is good. Cheese, just regular American cheese, no big deal. That's just regular sandwich ham. There's bacon hiding in there somewhere that's pitiful. And the sausage patty, which is normal. And the biscuit, just nah. Not impressed by the biscuit. All right, Canella, it's time to go. Okay, well, breakfast has started the process of digestion. Coffee's still going in. It's time to hit the road. So, Albuquerque it is for today, I believe. Let's head a little bit north on a
Well, if you ever want to get a feel for just how big Amazon is, I've been next to this train here. The overwhelming majority of these freight containers that's on here on the second tier are all Amazon containers. So that's all your packages going wherever they're going to go. It's a little staggering to think that's one company's merchandise.
Well, you can see why I'm not doing a running video of the drive. Right now, I mean, this is all I've seen for quite a while. Power poles, an occasional cell phone tower, and lots of flat prairie. I passed the corn a while back. This is just grasses and scrub. I kind of suspect this is cattle country, but no cattle out here right now. They probably up north, feeding and growing up north. They'll be driven down south, so it's just how it goes. Okay, we're beginning the uphill climb, and the terrain is starting to change. I just passed Memphis, Texas. I'm still on Texas 287, but yeah, the geography is definitely changing.
Exactly by morning, but we're in Amarillo. Okay, so we're fueling up at the Buc-ee's in Amarillo, Texas. I'm getting mid-grade, which I usually don't run in this thing because I don't like running anything under 87 octane, and all they got's 86 for the regular and 89 octane for the mid-grade. Yeah, a little bit of a difference from here to the
Amarillo, Texas Buc-ee's. And that, friends and family, is a Texas-sized convenience store. And take number 2, the repairs in Wichita Falls didn't hold. Maybe Amarillo did me right.
The camper to be fixed. Temporary digs aren't too bad. I don't know what this place started life out as, but does that look like it should have been a hotel or apartments?
No. Look like offices or medical offices or something. I don't know. But it's obvious this building's been repurposed. It's pretty cool, though. I think I'm going to find out the history of this building. Well, my temporary home for the next couple of days. We got a microwave, I moved the trash can over next to the desk. Place to work, place to sleep, place to sit. I have no idea how to control that light. Those light switches as best I can don't do anything. Bathroom. Decent sized refrigerator for a hotel room. And that's pretty much it. That's the full tour. Back to my temporary office. And this is actually a little bit of a problem because I like adding some milk to my coffee and there's no room. I'm going to let it finish dripping out the dark goodness out of the... It's not a pot, it's a packet. It's actually... I don't know if you've used these kinds of coffee makers before, but in here goes an overgrown tea bag of sorts full of coffee grounds. And I've seen those tea bags before. I've used them. They used to sell, Folgers I think used to sell back in the 90s, basically coffee tea bags that you would use to brew a cup of coffee. I used to use them with when camping. They were actually kind of neat. Didn't make the best coffee, but they were a couple of steps up from instant coffee or cowboy coffee. So I ordered myself some delivery from Walmart at the hotel yesterday, so I had some food here. The hotel was kind enough to provide bowls and some plasticware. I can't eat this. You guys know that I have some health issues that revolve around my digestive tract. And as soon as I poured the bowl, I realized I'm supposed to avoid overly high fiber foods like whole wheat, like shredded wheat. I love shredded wheat. I can't eat this. I need to figure something else out for breakfast. I promised you I'd tell you a bit about the significance of the Sam Houston statue, the monument up there in Huntsville, Texas. Well, since I'm in Amarillo now, I guess it would be down there in Huntsville, Texas. But my late father-in-law, being a dad of 9 children, well, we didn't get a whole lot of time to spend with him, but when we did, we tried to make it as good as possible. Towards the end of his life, he was suffering from some cognitive issues, like many elderly people do. And we happened to have a day that we were able to spend with him where he was clear, he was focused, he was fun, he was funny. We took him on a little road trip from Houston. We took him up to the Sam Houston National Monument, and I took him to Huntsville State Park, and we did some fishing with him. There's a lot of, because of his cognitive issues, there are a lot of visits that we had with him that were very, very, very hard to deal with. This was not one of them. This was a pure joy. So, why do I even mention this to you guys? Well, I want to encourage you that if there's people that are important in your life, take the time that you have when you've got it and spend time with them. You never know when they're going to be gone. You never know when something like dementia is going to take them away from you, even though they're still alive. So enjoy the time you've got and do it now. Okay? That's really all I had to say about that. Let's just boil it down to basics. In Wichita Falls, the shop found a defective fuel pump inertia switch. It's a safety device that if the vehicle is in a wreck, if there's a sudden inertia change, it cuts off power to the electric fuel pump. That way it doesn't keep pumping fuel out of the tank and adding fuel to a potential fire. It's a logical thing. They replaced the switch with a direct fit. Price on the direct fit piece was actually reasonable, very reasonable, and I went along on the route. The behavior of the van afterwards has been very much like it's not getting fuel properly. So I went off. The mechanic told me how to check the inertia switch, and sure enough, the new one is tripped as well, and it won't reset. There's a button on the top. You have to push it in, and it's supposed to click. The new one's not clicking. So I had a mobile mechanic yesterday tell me, oh yeah, it's because the fuel pump was getting hot. I looked it up, and no, has nothing to do with that. There's no way that the fuel pump can cause it to get hot, and I should be able to, even with it disconnected, reset it. It won't. It just won't. So what we've got now, I'm waiting for the shop to open tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. I'm going to let them know the history and see if they can't figure out why this replacement inertia switch seems to have failed, and if there's something that could be causing it. Right now, I'm dead in the water in Amarillo, Texas, which there's worse places to be dead in the water at. It's a fairly nice hotel. It's not perfect, but it is fairly nice. Definitely a lot nicer than the rates call for, so I'm not going to complain. Pretty decent enough part of town. I'm apparently in the medical center area. Looks fairly nice. Locals may tell me I'm full of hooey. There's a Pizza Hut next door with a buffet. There's a Pizza Hut buffet. I thought those things all went away in the 80s and 90s. No, there's a Pizza Hut buffet right next door. It's a sports bar Pizza Hut, but hey, okay, some beer and pizza for dinner maybe. I'm not going to do that tonight, but if I'm here tomorrow night, which I probably am going to be, we'll get that taken care of. So, all right, we're going to try to see what the deal is with the camper. I'm not sure. I've been slowed down enough, and this has costed me enough, that I'm a little leery of continuing the voyage. If there's a reasonable explanation as to why the inertia switch keeps going bad, then I may continue, especially if there's no other indicators that I'm going to have further problems. But I thought I was good and solid before I left anyway. So it's probably wise for me just to turn back. As you guys know, I'm not a full-timer. I'm not a full-time van life guy. This is a part-time thing for me. I have bricks and sticks. I have a cat at home that is being cared for by a friend of mine who's house sitting and cat sitting. So we're good for now, and we're gonna stay good. So right now, we just got to get on with our day. I'm going to finish this video up, and then we'll pick up on the next video and see what we've got to do from there. I might see if there's something to see here. It's a little hard to get around without a vehicle, and there's some sights to see in the immediate area that I might want to take a look at. So, all right, well, we'll catch you on the next video. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching my video. If you like what you saw, please be sure that you click like, subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet, and share my video with your friends and family. Please be sure you go back and check out the older videos in the archive. There's some great stuff in there that I'm sure you'll enjoy. And if you'd like to support my work, please be sure to visit us at wildersportoutdoors.com and buy some merch. There's some great stuff there, and it'll go a long ways to help us out. All right, that's it. That's the video for today. Stick with us, and you'll catch the next one. And like I always tell you, get out there, be productive, be safe, but most of all, be blessed. I'll talk to you later.